story of Stoner Jesus, a story I haven't told, and I don't know how long, maybe a few years. I have no idea. I felt like it was getting old, so I stopped telling the story. And as I said, a shortened version of it can be found on the Stoner Jesus Through the Years page on stonerjesus.net. In any case, the character itself, Stoner Jesus, or the notion of Stoner Jesus at least, goes back about 20 years. And as you can imagine, it started from thoughts while stoned, I guess is the best way to put it. Myself and my best friend Joe Maines, we were best friends in high school. He died in 2005, so he's been gone quite a while. That plays into the story and the timing of everything. About 1999 or so, 98, 99, we had an idea. Wouldn't it have been funny if, like, during all the Bible stuff, Jesus was high as fuck? And that's really where it started. Stoner Jesus. And my idea for the character, and about 10 feet behind me in this closet, I have a full screenplay written about 16 years ago, The High Times of Jesus Christ. It's basically that. The character of Stoner Jesus was originally going to be a movie character in a comedy movie, a Naked Gun, Monty Python style comedy movie where Jesus was going through all the major stories of the Bible, like raising Lazarus and the three wise men, etc. But he's stoned and it's weed themed, and there's a lot of it I don't even remember because I haven't seen it in many, many years. But he, so it's like a Naked Gun style movie with gags and bits and just stupid humor. For instance, one thing I do remember is the three wise men became three wise guys, and there were three Italian mobsters. So that's the level of comedy that we're talking about here. But we had another idea for the Stoner Jesus Show character, myself and Joe. It was going to be called the Chronicles Network. Now, this website may still exist. TCN.4T, the letter T.com. I checked it a couple years ago. It still existed. I don't know why. I don't know. It's locked in time just after 9/11, 2001. You see on there it says, donate to the Red Cross, fuck Bin Laden, all that stuff. So you can tell that it's frozen there. I couldn't even begin to tell you how to get back into it, or what the password was or anything, or what the email was. It's probably fucking Hotmail account or some shit. There was the email. I have no idea. It was 18, now almost 19 years ago that all this went down. Anyway, our idea was this. The Chronicles Network with Joe and Joe, because my name is also Joe. So it worked. We were both named Joe. The Chronicles Network with Joe and Joe. And in 2001, when we created this website, we were going to do this. We were going to do online radio. We were going to do radio, but do it on the internet. And the word podcasting, I don't remember. I don't think it was around then. I certainly didn't know what the fuck a podcast was. It didn't exist, really. There's no such thing as podcasts in 2001, and for good reason. Because on a 56K dial-up modem, uploading a couple minutes of audio took many hours. Many hours. You had to devote that line to that. No phone calls, no glitches. One of the wires got blown too much by the wind. The whole thing had to start over. So we were never actually successful in getting audio that we recorded. And we recorded it with, I think it's right here. I think I still have it. Hold on. Bear with me, I'm rooting through a drawer. This right here. This is the actual recorder that does not work anymore because it has old tapes on it that I was hoping to play when I was like 12, but I can't, so I have to figure out how to do that. But this recorder itself, we would do the show in this recorder, like around the house or whatever, like some stupid shit. We were high, fucking making pizzas or whatnot, just the dumbest shit imaginable, getting high and drunk. We record on here, and then take a little computer microphone and get a program to record on the computer and put it the microphone next to the speaker here and play it, and that's how we recorded the show. So it sounded like total shit. But luckily for us, it never got to the internet. Because you notice at tcn.4t.com, if it still exists, there's no audio. There's a lot of talk. There's even a spot for one of the characters that was going to be on the show, Stoner Jesus. He's going to give advice, be Jesus, but high. It was a whole fucking idea. And this was back when I thought that I could do voices. The idea was Stoner Jesus was going to be a character, and I was going to do the character of Stoner Jesus in a distinct voice that was completely different from the voice you're hearing right now. And back then, like I said, I thought I could do imitations because I kind of did two shitty imitations back then, Bill Clinton and Bill Cosby. And this is back before Bill Cosby was known as a Quaalude rapist or whatever. He was still Bill Cosby. And Bill Clinton was Bill Clinton. He's always been Bill Clinton. There's no change there. Not in the way that things have changed with Bill Cosby. So what the idea was that Bill Clinton and Bill Cosby were also going to be on the show. I know. It was 2001. Like I said, none of this shit ever made it to the internet because it was fucking impossible. Anyway, here's what you would get. Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I think I used to be able to do it better, but that's about all, that was as good as I got. Again, I'm talking about top-notch comedic value here. And Bill Cosby was this stupid, like, oh, I got pudding pop on my sweater. It was just fucking awful. It was fucking awful. And I was going to do a voice. What voice? I don't know. For Stoner Jesus. He was going to give advice and all this other shit. Anyway, 2001, 9/11 hit. We didn't fucking feel like doing it anymore. We moved on to other aspects of our lives. That was it. Nothing for 4 years. Me and Joe kind of drifted apart, kept in kind of semi-contact, in and out, whatever. So in 2005, Joe dies. He was an overweight dude, had a massive heart attack. I remember the day, I saw him that day, he was just fucking pouring sweat. It was like 100 fucking degrees, and his heart gave out. So not long after that, around 2006, I got on MySpace because I was fucking bored. I wanted, to try to figure out how to do something on the internet, get involved in something, just see what the hell was out there. And MySpace was new and everybody was on it, so I was like, oh, cool, I'll get on MySpace. Well, I wasn't getting on MySpace as myself because that sucked. I don't have a Stoner Jesus logo right there. Hold on. There we go. That's better. Anyway, fucking, what, it took me 10 minutes to do that. You see, I'm still learning. I'm doing this video thing a few years. Anyway, where was I? 2005, Joe dies. 2006, I get on MySpace. I get on MySpace as Stoner Jesus because no, I'm not gonna do the Chronicles Network. I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm gonna do Stoner Jesus. So that becomes a character, becomes semi-popular on MySpace. I had like 15,000 friends before the MySpace ship sank. The Stoner Jesus Show MySpace page is still up there if you want to go check it out. These are all linked on the Stoner Jesus Through the Years page on stonerjesus.net. Anyway, I get on MySpace. I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? I just can't be Stoner Jesus. I got to do something. Well, I thought, well, I'll do the Stoner Jesus Show. I'll be Stoner Jesus, and I'll do the show from that perspective. So I started recording podcasts. I did some political stuff back then as well. It was 2006. AudioStreet.net hosted audio. Last I checked, AudioStreet.net moved on to selling car stereo equipment, but back then it hosted audio. I was finally able to record something and actually upload it, and it didn't take hours. It took still, like a half hour or whatever. But it was something that was manageable by 2006. The technology had caught up with getting audio onto the internet. So 2006, that's what I'm doing on MySpace. I do that 2007, 2008. Shit's going on in my life. A lot of stuff swirling. 2009 is a fucking crazy year. 2010 is a fucking crazy year. Anyway, 2009, sometime in 2008, I discovered Podomatic, which I think still exists, so you can still probably go check out those shows on Podomatic. And I get on there, I start doing podcasts with a really long karaoke mic cord. It's like a 10-foot cord hooked into the computer. That's how I recorded the show. And 2009, I discover Blog Talk Radio. Now, if you don't know what Blog Talk Radio is, blogtalkradio.com, I think it still exists. I think it still sounds pretty much the same. The audio is horrible. It sounds like you're on a phone because you are. I was able to do a show, a live radio show in 2009 on Blog Talk Radio with a cordless landline. I would hold the cordless phone. I had a little earpiece with a little mic hooked into my ear. I would plug that into the cordless phone, call the number, and I would be on the air, and people could call in. I could talk to them. It was a live show. Blog Talk Radio. I did a lot in 2009, 2010. Finally stopped around 2011 because the audio quality is just, it is rough. It is shit. It is total shit. Anyway. So, I was fed up in early 2011 with Blog Talk Radio and how it sounded. So I wanted to record my own show. I wanted to record it with recording software, with like Audacity, I think it was. I still use Audacity 9 years later. And record a show, piece it together, edit, put in all this shit. I wanted to do my show the way I wanted to do it. So on February 26th, 2011, I uploaded the Stoner Jesus Show #1 to what would become stonerjesus.net when I got the domain a few weeks later. And that is what we're celebrating tonight. 9 years of shows on stonerjesus.net. For the last 9 years, stonerjesus.net has directed to shows and podcasts done by me. How many shows it is, I have no idea. It's like 1,000 at least. We did the first 500 because I numbered those. And then I started doing like 4 days a week, so I just did them by date. We did that for quite a few months. And then we've been doing shows since then. That was a few years ago, so it's a lot. It's like 1,000 shows. Can't find them all on stonerjesus.net. I was in other places, and I came back to Podbean, and I lost a lot of shows. They're on a broken hard drive that I hopefully one day I can get forensics can get in there and get a few hundred shows out of it. In any case, I do still have a lot of clips. Obviously, a lot of video clips from we've been doing video shows now for almost 3 years, and I have audio clips from old shows. I'm gonna play you a clip here coming up from the very first show.